So if you find yourself confused as far as like what to do on your fitness journey, um, regardless of what your fitness goal is, a lot of people, it's weight loss, um, getting flexible, like I'm sitting here stretching, um, gaining muscle, just kind of improving your health. If you find yourself confused, then I'm going to tell you in this video what you need to do, or what that actually could be a sign of. Okay, make sure you like and subscribe before you go any further. All right, now, what I've learned whenever I become confused in the journey, meaning I don't really know what to do, I feel it feels like no matter what kind of solution I come up with, it seems like maybe it's not going to work or whatever. I need to slow down in that case. A lot of times for me, what it means is I've gotten too much information. So if you're like me, you kind of like to read and learn about things, kind of get, more knowledge about a certain kind of thing so you can know what to do. However, what I found in fitness, and really in a lot of other areas in life too, if I'm honest, what I found is more learning sometimes is not going to really help you. It just kind of clogs your brain. It kind of makes stuff more confusing, especially in the health and fitness industry where there's so many people saying so many different things. Couple that now with social media. You have social media these days, where everybody shares their opinion. I mean, I'm sharing my opinion right here. It's like it's the same thing, and so there's a lot of like, what do I do? Who should I trust? What's the right way? But you could be dealing with information overload because it's just so much information out there. It's hard to kind of know what to do. But getting more information isn't always the solution. So yeah, another thing is as far as like knowing what to do. Sometimes the biggest teacher is going to be just doing something. So, for instance, I'm sitting here stretching and becoming more flexible is something that I've wanted for a long time, and I've done better here and there, but then I have regressed. And but what I've learned is I just need to get started. I just have to start, meaning I have to choose a course and then keep on going down that pathway, if that makes sense. And go down that pathway for an extended period of time, like at least a month or so, consistently. And I found that this is where I get results. This is where I start to make progress. It's also where I kind of start to learn about myself. Because one thing you learn is when you are trying to better your body, trying to become fit and all this kind of stuff, you kind of learn when you kind of learn what works for you. You learn what works for you. So like for me, even, I'm real big on calisthenics and whatnot. And I'm very big on calisthenics, pull-ups, push-ups, all that. And I learned that for me, certain exercises are a little harder for me because I'm tall, I have long arms, long legs and whatnot. And so like when I'm doing push-ups, it's going to be a bigger deal than when somebody with shorter limbs does push-ups. However, it just is what it is. So I kind of learn kind of what works for me. I also know whenever I do, for example, push-ups, or if I'm doing a weightlifting exercise like bench press, I'm not going to let my arms go far behind my torso when I'm in the lowering phase, because I start to experience discomfort in my shoulders, like a bad kind of discomfort. And so that's what works for me. Now, I know some people say, that's not necessarily the best form, like as in it's not a full range of motion, but I just have to listen to my body and learn what works for me. And I've been getting great results with that, if that makes sense. So you'll learn a lot on the journey just simply by doing something, Okay. So another thing I wanted to say is that when you find yourself confused, it could be, it just might be, that the answer is staring you right in the face and you're not willing to accept it. So, for example, if you're on a weight loss journey and you're kind of wondering what to do, I challenge you to like get a notebook, get your journal or whatever, and kind of write down what you know about what it'll take to lose weight. You know, the things you've heard or whatever. Then ask yourself, which of those things have you done consistently for at least a month? Okay? Now, I have a feeling, I could be wrong, but I have a feeling that you'll be able to see at least one or two things that you haven't necessarily done. And I'm not trying to like make you feel bad or anything like that. It's just, I know that sometimes whenever I've been wanting to make some sort of change in my body, it's not really that I don't know what to do. It's just, I know what to do, but I might be trying to find another way that actually feels better, feels easier. Maybe it's something about the way that I heard that I'm just like, nah, you know. So it could be the thing that you're kind of like not really fond of trying. It could be that that is actually your, you know, something that's going to move you forward, you know. And it's, you know, it's not kind of stuff that you typically want to hear. But the thing about it is, once you actually accept whatever it takes to get fit, to get healthy, then you're gonna be that much closer to being fit and healthy. You know, you just kind of have to ask yourself if you really want it or not, if that's what it takes. So anyway, you know, especially now the recording of this video is the 2nd of January, 2026. So we're at the beginning of a new year, and a lot of people are excited and getting in the gym and all that stuff. I'm not mad at that, but I just want people to be successful. I want you to be successful, and so I'm trying to share what I'm learning on my own journey to kind of help you to really, really kind of understand how this stuff works. It's way too confusing. It's way more confusing for people than it has to be. Fitness is conceptually simple. Now, as far as like developing the practices, you know, you have to kind of get over a hump. You know, anytime you create new habits, new healthy habits, you know, it's going to take a little bit of elbow grease, so to speak. But you can do it. Conceptually, it's simple. No matter where you are in your body and your health, all that kind of stuff. But, you know, you kind of just have to like, you got to decide if you really want it. Whatever you do, you have to be consistent with it. And you have to be consistent for, like I say, at least a month. You got to be doing it day in and day out without fail. Why? Because as I always say, your body's going to respond to whatever it is that you're always doing. Okay? Your body is a master at adaptation. And so it's going to adapt to whatever it is that it keeps on seeing that you do. Okay? And so if you kind of continue doing something, then your body's going to be like, okay, it's time to get better at this. But if you only do it a couple of times, you know, you can forget results. Okay? So anyway, I don't want that to be too long. I kind of want to let you guys just have a little bit. But let me know if this video was helpful. You find yourself confused, don't necessarily seek more information. You could have information overload. Okay, and so make sure that you're not overloading yourself with information. Make sure, you know, that you are, you know, not just resisting something that you don't want to do. Okay, and then whatever the other thing was I said, I'm sorry, I kind of forgot. But it is what it is. Let me know if this video is helpful, y'all. Y'all have a good one. If there's one thing I've learned about getting fitness results, it's that a big key to losing weight, building muscle, and getting stronger is making sure that you make continuous progress from one workout to the next. This is why I have tracked my workouts for the past 20 years. So I've created a special digital fitness journal that you can use to track your workouts the same way that I do, to ensure that you make the continuous workout progress necessary to get the results you desire. You can record exercises, sets, reps, and even take notes to keep track of those nitty gritty yet important workout details. There's also space to track your big fitness goals, as well as a spot to record your weight and waist circumference so you can really see your results. Get your copy today of my digital fitness journal so you can start moving toward your results right now. Link is in the description.